Good day, class. This is me, Sir Jade Picoron. Welcome back to our recorded session. And just a few reminder before we start our discussion to please finish this video presentation for you to be able to get the question that will be given in the latter part of this discussion and for you to also understand the lesson that will be tackled today. And for today's discussion, we're going to talk about the principles of healthy eating. In the previous modules, actually, we've talked about the different systems in our body, particularly the skeletal system and the muscular system, which are intertwined with each other. No, ang dalawang system na nag-work when we are doing or engaging in physical activities, napag-usapan din natin doon that skeletal system is a framework in our body, no? And this is responsible for the support and movement. However, the muscular system, which is responsible also for the intake of heat, no? And itong dalawang systems na ito ay responsible o sila talaga ang nag-work when it comes to when times na tayo ay nag-engage into particular activities. And for this discussion, we're going to talk about the principles of healthy eating. No, nandito na tayo sa module 4 natin, which is the nutrition. At napaka-importante din na i-consider ang module na ito o ang lesson na ito, the nutrition. It's because the nutrition, no, dito nanggagaling lahat ng lakas natin, no. Without the proper nutrition that we really have in our life, no, we cannot be able to perform effectively and efficiently when it comes to physical activities. Kumbaga, kung meron tayong skeletal system, the muscular system, and other systems in our body, hindi siya magpa-function without the nutrition that is necessary sa ating katawan. Alright? And this is your principles of healthy eating. If you want, you can jot down notes, no? Take up notes kung gusto niyo, just for your references for our next quiz. Okay? So the principles of healthy eating, this is some of the fundamental rules in being healthy and having an ideal weight, no? Ang nutrition, no, ay napaka-crucial sa buhay natin. It's because every time, no, likewise with our physical activities, no, eating is really integral part of our life, no? Habang tayo ay nabubuhay, tayo ay kumakain, no? This is the source of the energy na meron tayo. No? Without this, the foods that we take, no, imposible tayong mabuhay. Tama? And this is actually important, no, na maintindihan natin ang principles ng healthy eating kasi some of us, no, maging honest tayo sa sarili natin that ang iba sa atin, no, ay hindi aware talaga sa kung ano dapat talaga o ano yung nararapat na gawin, no, the practices that is necessary, no, especially when it comes to eating, no. Sabi dito, this is about selecting the right food to be eaten, knowing the enough amount to be consumed, and avoiding food that are bad for the body. So itong tatlong to, napaka-importante nito. Pinakaunang pagsaselect na pagpili ng tamang pagkain kasi ito nakakalimutan natin that when it comes to eating, no, kahit anong pagkain kinakain natin, tama, basta masarap kinakain natin, no, and wala na tayong kino-consider when it comes to the principles of eating. Kumbaga, para sa atin kung ano lang masarap kakainin natin, but this is not right, no. We have to know proper foods na tinitake natin kasi diyan ang gagaling, no, yung mga conditions na pwede nating makuha, pwede nating ma-acquire in the future. And of course, knowing the enough amount to be consumed. Hindi ibig sabihin na ang isang pagkain ay nararapat sa ating katawan, kakainin lang natin siya and not having a particular or right amount of food to be consumed. No, kailangan din natin isaalang-alang ang amount ng pagkain na kakainin natin. When it comes to the rice, for example, pagkain ng kanin, no, hindi ibig sabihin na masarap kumain ng kanin, kailangan natin kumain ng 10 kalderong kanin, 10 cups ng kanin, no, that's not necessary. No, we have to consider enough amount to be consumed and avoiding food that are bad for our body. Kung ano nga ba talaga yung masamang ano yung delikadong pagkain sa atin, ayun yung masarap. So we have to prevent that kind of concept, no, that kind of scenarios lagi sa ating sa pagkain, no? Kasi ayan yung mga dahilan kung bakit tayo nakakapag-acquire ng iba't ibang mga diseases o mga iba't ibang sakit. And we need a wide variety of foods that will give us the nutrients we need for good health. Kailangan variety ang kinakain natin, no? Sa ano natin sa physical activities, no? Kung sa physical activities, napag-uusapan natin ang pagkakaroon ng variety of exercises, variety of activities, also with your principles of eating o sa pagkain, no, kailangan din variety ang kinakain natin. Pero kailangan muna natin isaalang-alang ang mga aspects na mga sumusunod. Pinakauna ay you have to know yourself. No? Knowing yourself the best is the most important factor na kailangan i-consider. Siyempre, individual difference must be considered in selecting the proper types and the amount of food you intake. Kailangan alamin muna natin kung ang katawan ba natin ay angkop para sa pagkain ito. Ang katawan ba natin ay kailangan ng mas madami o mas maliit na amount ng pagkain? Because every person has a different appetite. Iba-iba tayo ng kaganahan sa pagkain, physical activities, and body needs. Iba-iba tayo ng needs o ano ba ang tawag ng needs or the body needs? Ito ang ating kailangan. Alright? And basically, people who are physically active or are involved in different strenuous, ito yung mga taong involved into moderate to vigorous activities, no? And sabi dito, kailangan na sila ang magkaroon ng large amount of carbohydrates, the protein, the water, no? Sila yung mga mas kinakailangan ng mas marami at mas malaking amount ng pagkain na ini-intake. Okay? Alright, particularly, no, ang binigay ng mga example ng mga tao dito, no, are the athletes, the construction workers, the masons, and the farmers, no. Sila daw ang mas kinakailangan na magkaroon ng mas madaming supply sa kanilang katawan, no, ng mga carbohydrates, ng protein, ng mga specific na nutrients na ito, kasi sila ang may pinakamadaming ginagawa sa araw-araw, no. They have a lot of activities sa ginagawa every day, and this is necessary for them to have also enough energy, sufficient energy when it comes to dealing with different kinds of activities every day. Okay, so next here is what is important in food selection and intake is to know the healthy eating habits and do not consume more than what your body needs, and one must have a complete diet. Kailangan kung ano lang yung needs ng katawan natin, no? Kung ano lang yung talagang appropriate para sa ating katawan, ayun lang dapat nating kainin. Dito po papasok ang concept ng gluttony. When we say gluttony, this is in Tagalog, sorry to say, but this is what we call patay gutom, no? Kailangan iwasan natin yung ganoong concept. It's because hindi naman siya maganda, class, okay? Kailangan kung ano lang yung mga kailangan natin kainin, ano lang dapat yung kaya nating i-intake, yun lang dapat ang kinukonsume natin. Kasi as far as we know, no, as you observe in the city of Manila, no, lalo na yung mga mayayaman, hindi lang sa Manila but all over the world, no, lalo na yung mga mayayaman na they order a lot of food at ang gagawin, kakain lang ng konti, no, iiwan. Kaya naman may mga iba namang tao na may iba namang issues or scenarios naman na sobra kong kumain. For example, yung ating mga mukbangers, na yung mga nagmumukbang, lalo na yung mga taga-ibang bansa, no? Kahit hindi naman appropriate sa kanilang mga katawan, hindi naman angkop sa kanilang mga pangangatawan, kinakain nila just to entertain other people. And that's not correct, okay? Kasi ang naging epekto nun, although that's part of the entertainment, no? Matik na talagang nag-i-entertain ng mga tao, no? Nagbibigay talaga ng craving sa atin, but this is not right kasi talagang mag-suffer dito ay tayo lang din, no, ang ating katawan. So we have to consume the food that are necessary for our body. Okay? Right, next one here is to have or to eat different colorful foods at the right time. No. There is no such thing as perfect food. Nutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water are needed by our body to be healthy and to be functional. Ito yung sinasabi na you have to vary the food that you eat. And kailangan colorful ang mga kinakain natin. No, not necessarily na yung mga yung mga makukulay. But this is about variety of foods na kailangan natin i-intake, no? A complete meal helped us perform our daily activities more effectively, no? Minsan, nagiging center ng concept na to ay ang pagkain ng mga prutas at gulay. Yes, that's part of eating colorful foods, no? At the right time. Kailangan, kung meron tayong mga healthy foods na kailangan kainin, of course, we have to take that at the right time, no? Sa tamang oras. Kasi, ang ating katawan, no? Ang ating katawan ay parang isang makina, no? Minsan, kailangan na appropriate ang time, no, intake ng pagkain. Hindi ko alam if it varies to a certain person, no? Kasi may iba na ang appetite nila ay nasa umaga, no? Gusto nila talagang kumain sa umaga. May iba naman talaga, example, ang aking nanay, no, ang mother ko, mas gusto niya kumain kapag alas 12, no? Doon ang appetite niya. But of course, we have to consider also having colorful foods, no? And these nutrients come from different foods. Kung mahilig tayo sa mga gulay, mga prutas, no, diyan nang gagaling ang iba't ibang mga nutrients. Kasi pag sinabi natin colorful foods, that pertains to different variety, no, wide range of foods, such as the fruits, the vegetables, no, chicken, the meat, different kinds of meats, no, and diyan nang gagaling ang iba't ibang mga nutrients na kinakailangan ng ating mga katawan. Okay? Next one is to eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Ito yung medyo nakakalungkot na part sa panahon natin. Kasi bata pa lang ang mga bata, no? At the early age, no? Hindi na talaga binibigay. I mean, hindi na naiintindihan ng mga bata ang kahalagahan ng fruits and vegetables. Kasi mas unang natitikman ng kanilang mga taste buds yung mga pagkain na mga fast food, no? But we have to really consider, no, kumain ng mga fruits and vegetables kasi dito nang gagaling ang lahat ng mga nutrients, na supply siya ng mga nutrients na necessary sa ating mga katawan, such as the vitamins, the minerals, no, and it really promotes body functioning and boosts the immune system. And sabi nga ng kambal ko, kung ako pipiliin, mas gusto ko pang kumain ng maraming prutas at gulay araw-araw kaysa sa karne. And it is an important part of a healthy and balanced diet, no? Kasi parte siya talaga ng, halimbawa, kapag may mga body goals tayo, no? Kailangan natin consider ang pagkain ng mga ganitong bagay, no? The fruits and the vegetables. Kasi aside from healthy siya din ang parang substitute to the nutrients. The nutrients comes from the fast food na araw-araw natin kinakain, no? At without fruits and vegetables, parang ang pakla ng buhay na parang hindi colorful ang buhay natin. So we have to eat lots of fruits and vegetables always, no? Because this is a good source of vitamins and minerals na good for our body. And study shows that eating fruits and vegetables lowers the risk of having chronic diseases, no? Pagpapababa ng mga pag-acquire ng mga chronic disease such as cancer, the obesity, the diabetes, no? Especially the diabetes, no? And the heart attack. Okay? Next one is to avoid processed foods. Ito yung kailangan natin iwasan lagi, ang pagkain ng mga processed foods. When I say processed foods, ito yung mga madaling niluluto, no? Like the Jollibee, no? The McDonald's, and yung mga nasa refrigerator, no, na nasa ref na mga foods like chicken, meat, no? Because sabi dito, eating too much processed meat can cause cancer, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases according to the International Agency for Research on Cancer, or the IARC. And also with the WHO, or World Health Organization, kasi ito yung mga foods na nai-stock na sa loob ng refrigerator that contains chemicals na hindi healthy sa ating mga katawan. So, kailangan araw-araw kapag tayo ay nagluluto ng pagkain, ng ulam, kailangan laging fresh ang binibili natin. Huwag tayong masasanay na laging iniimbak ang ating mga pagkain, no? Especially the meat. Na mas maganda pa din as much as possible na araw-araw natin siyang binibili para laging fresh at healthy ang mga foods, no? Ang foods na kinakain natin. Next one is hotdogs, tocino, longganisa, bacon sausage. Ito yung mga kadalasan, no? Yung mga lagi talagang mga example ng mga processed foods, especially yung mga hotdogs ng mga sausages, no? Ayun yung mga paborito ng mga chikiting. And nanggaling din naman tayo doon sa pagkabata, no? Galing din tayo sa pagkabata, and we cannot deny the fact talagang masarap yung mga ganitong mga pagkain. Pero as much as possible, as we are already adult, no? Kailangan iwasan na natin, no? Ang pagkain nito. Although hindi naman talagang pinagbabawal, no? Hindi naman pinagbabawal, kailangan lang talaga ng moderation. Kumbaga, once in a month, no? Mga ganong mga scenarios. Kasi, masama naman talaga ang araw-araw na pagkain ng mga processed foods. Okay? Next one is to eat only sufficient amount of fats and sugars. Now, fat, oil, and sugars are part of the healthy and balanced diet because it is a good source of energy. Some of you know, some of other people know, talagang nagkakaroon ng misconception about the fats and sugars, na kapag sabi daw nila, kapag nag-intake daw tayo ng fats and sugars, masama sa ating katawan. Well, that's right, no? Pero kung sobra-sobra, kasi ang fats and sugars is part of the nutrients needed ng ating katawan, so hindi dapat mawawala itong dalawang nutrients na to. However, this should be taken in moderation. Kailangan moderation din, no? Moderate pa din ang pag-i-intake o pagkain ng mga pagkain na rich in fats and sugars, no? Fats serve as a fuel of source, no? Fuel siya ng source or energy storage ng ating katawan, and also a regulator of the temperature ng ating katawan, no? So kailangan hindi mawawala ang fats and the sugars na meron tayo sa ating katawan, kasi sila yung mga nagfa-function para tayo magkaroon ng mas mahabang energy, no? Pero kailangan in moderation pa din. And too much fats and sugar can cause various cardiovascular diseases. Madalas, tinatamaan ang ating mga cardiovascular system, no? Ang ating cardiovascular system. Kaya madalas, kakaroon ng diabetes, no? Nagiging diabetic ang isang tao because of too much sugar. Saan ba nanggagaling yan? Mamaya pag-uusapan natin. Okay? Next one is to hydrate properly and regularly. Kailangan laging may lamang tubig ang ating katawan, no? Sabi nga nila, we have to take about 8 to 10 glasses of water every day, kasi ayun yung recommended amount of water na kailangan ng ating katawan every day. So hindi dapat mababa sa 8 basong tubig ang ini-intake natin, because 3/4 of our body is made up of water. So imposibleng mabuhay tayo nang hindi tayo umiinom ng tubig. So kailangan maging we stay hydrated lagi, no? Kasi delikado ang pagkakaroon ng dehydration, and it can cause death, no? Kailangan puno ang ating katawan ng tubig, no? Lalo na kapag tayo ay kumakain ng mga matatabang pagkain, umiinom ng mga soft drinks, no? Kailangan sinusundan agad ng madaming tubig. And for us to be hydrated all the time, every day, kailangan uminom ng 8 hanggang 12 basong tubig every day. Okay? And our body loses water constantly in all major and minor physical activities, kasi nga nag-engage tayo in different kinds of physical activities. Kailangan din kung ano yung mga nilalabas nating pawis, dapat mas madami pa ang ini-intake natin, no? Pinapalitan natin ang ating pawis ng pag-inom ng tubig. Okay? So, drinking water before, during, and after physical activities is a good way to prevent dehydration. Kailangan, bago, habang, at pagkatapos ng activities, kailangan uminom tayo ng madaming tubig. Okay? So, are you drinking enough water? Ayan yung ating infographic, as you can see, no? Next one, people in general are advised to drink approximately 8-10 glasses, no? Sabi ko nga 8 to 12, no? Actually, ito yung sinusunod ko, the 8 to 12 glasses of water. Siguro nga more than pa doon ang iniinom ko, no? Pero syempre, it depends on the activities na ginagawa natin. Kung hindi naman ganun ka-strenuous ang activities na ginagawa natin, hindi naman necessary na uminom ng napakadaming tubig. Okay? Kasi as you can hear, no, may namatay talaga na uminom ng napakadaming tubig. No? Hindi naman maganda ang uminom ka ng galong-galong tubig. So, kailangan yung sapat pa din, no? Yung tama. Okay? Next, let's go to the food group, no? When I say food group, this is the key to eating well, no? Ito yung kino-consider din nating kailangan, no? Kasi ito yung mga pagkain na rich into different kinds of nutrients. And for meal to be considered complete, it should have the following elements. Kailangan hindi mawawala ang mga elements na ito. Pinakauna ay ang carbohydrates-rich food. Ito yung mga pagkain na rich in carbohydrates. So in short, ang ating carbohydrates ay ang ating energy-giving foods. Sila ang energy-giving foods. Again, they are the energy-giving foods and fuel of our body to move and function. No? Ang carbohydrates natin ay may dalawang uri. We have the simple carbs or sugars and the complex carbs. Now, when we say simple carbs, ito yung sugar or carbohydrates na makukuha natin sa pagkain ng mga prutas or iba't ibang mga sports drinks, no? Mga energy drinks, and they provide an immediate source of energy, no? Immediate lang. Hindi ganun katagal ang sustainment ng energy sa ating katawan pag ito lang ang ating kinakain, like the fruits and sports drinks, no? Kaya nga tinatawag siyang simple sugars, and it can actually be absorbed by our body very quickly, no? However, the complex carbs, no, itong sinasabi natin complex carbs, ito naman ang starch-based food. So diyan nabibilang ang ating kanin natin, no? Ang kanin, pasta, no, iba't ibang uri ng pasta, no, which is turned into sugar needed to produce energy. No, lahat ng kinakain nating mga carbohydrates, rich in carbohydrates, no, ay nata-turn o nata-transformed into an energy. Alright? So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na ang carbohydrates natin ay nagbibigay sa atin ng pwedeng makapagbigay ng iba't ibang sakit like diabetes. Iiwasan natin ang carbohydrates. Okay? Kailangan pa din natin talagang take ng mga pagkain na rich in carbohydrates, pero sabi mo nga paulit-ulit, kailangan in moderation. Okay? Next is your protein-rich foods. When I say protein-rich foods, this is the building blocks of the body. No? Building blocks siya ng ating katawan because it repair body tissues, no? Every time na tayo ay gumagawa ng mga activities, no? Mga strenuous activities, mga kung ano-ano, mga like gym, no? Mga workouts. Talagang ang protein ang nag-work sa ating katawan to repair body tissues. Okay? And protein is a quality cell builder with lesser bulk compared to fats and cell. No, ang mga pagkain rich in protein, sila yung mga pagkain na kahit kumain ka ng madami, hindi ganon kalaki ang bulk na pwede mong mabuo sa katawan mo. Unlike the fats and the sugars, na sobrang laki ang pwedeng i-transform sa inyong katawan. But the protein, no? The protein, hindi siya ganoon kalaki, no? And protein is a compound of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, creates units of amino acids. And, no, ang amino acids ay kailangan din ng ating katawan. So, for us to be able to have that different kinds of compounds, kailangan din kumain ng mga pagkain rich in protein. So, madalas nakikita ko ang mga protein-rich foods, no, sa mga nag-gym, no, madalas sa mga nag-gym. Kasi nga ito talaga ang nagre-repair ng body tissues when it comes to having strenuous activities or workouts, no? Responsible ang ating mga protein-rich foods to repair and build, no, blocks sa ating katawan. Okay? So, mga example natin dito sa ating protein is your meat, no? Poultry products, the fish, milk, cheese, and egg. Okay? So, ito yung mga example ng ating protein-rich. And also, sabi ko nga, all the excessive use, excessive take of the amount of foods, especially the protein, ay masama din. Kahit na sabihin natin hindi ganun kalaki ang bulk niya or transformation when we eat so much or lots of protein, harmful pa din siya kapag nasobrahan. Okay? Next one is your fat-rich foods. When you say fat-rich foods, ito naman ang concentrated source of energy. So they are needed for our body lubrication and insulation, and they protect internal organs and provide essential fatty acids. Okay? So example for that is your vitamins A, D, E, and K. And we have also two kinds of fats, the saturated and the high-fat diet. So when you say saturated fats, ito yung mga fats na nakukuha sa mga iba't ibang dairy products like your red meat, yung steak ninyo, no? Which is very high in cholesterol at napakadelikada ng mga ganitong fats. It's because this can lead into high blood pressure, no? High blood, heart problems, no? At delikado yon sa atin, no? Kapag nasobrahan tayo. However, meron din tayong tinatawag na polyunsaturated fats. Ito naman yung mga pagkain, no, na nagpo-produce ng fats pero healthy. Like the food or fats na nanggaling sa oily fish, the nuts, and the olive oil, no? Lahat ng yan nanggaling diyan ay merong polyunsaturated fats na healthy sa ating katawan. Okay? And we have also high-fat diet. When we say high-fat diet, it contributes to disease of some vital organs, but the absence of these fats in our diet is unhealthy as well. No, high-fat, when we say high-fat, ito yung talagang cause ng sobrang pagtaas ng dugo, no? Because high-fat nga eh. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na delikado siya sa ating katawan, kailangan i-eliminate na natin yung ganitong nutrients. Kasi kailangan pa din natin to, no? Is also part of or also an example of fats, pero kailangan din na right amount din ang nasa control, no? Controlled pa din ang amount niya sa loob ng ating katawan. Okay? So, mga example natin dyan ay ang inyong mayonnaise, the butter, the cheese, no? Ang mga desserts natin like the salad, no? The fatty sausages, no? Ayun yung mga rich in high-fat diet. So, kailangan kapag kumain kayo ng mga rich in high-fat diet, kailangan once a month, mga ganon, for us to avoid or prevent different kinds of chronic disease. Okay? Next is your vitamins and minerals rich foods. So, say vitamins and minerals, ito yung mga organic compounds that help regulate carbohydrates, protein, and fat metabolism. No, ito yung tinatawag nating regulator of metabolic process. So, kung wala ang vitamins and minerals, walang magre-regulate sa mga protein and carbohydrates na ini-intake natin. So we have to consider the importance of the vitamins and minerals na kinakain natin, no? The minerals-rich foods and the vitamins-rich foods, okay? And good sources of most vitamins, no, ay ang inyong mga green leafy vegetables, no, the fruits, no, ang vitamins naman natin madalas nakikita sa ating mga yellow fruits, okay? So, without the vitamins and the minerals that we have inside of our body, imposible na ma-regulate, no, ang amount ng fats, ng protein and the carbohydrates sa loob ng ating katawan. So, we have to consider right amount of taking vitamins, the minerals, and different kinds of foods na rich sa dalawang nutrients na ito. Okay? And also the hydration. Kasi hydration talks about water, tubig. Kailangan laging hydrated ng ating katawan as what I have said earlier kanina. Na kailangan ang ating katawan ay may sapat na amount ng water, sapat na supply ng tubig para hindi tayo ma-dehydrate. No, kailangan natin yan every time that we are engaging into different kinds of activities. No? Next one here is your Pinggang Pinoy. When you say Pinggang Pinoy or your Filipino plate, ito yung binigay or project na pinopose ng ating Food and Nutrition Research Institute or your FNRI and your Department of Science and Technology or your DOST. So, tignan natin ang Pinggang Pinoy, no? When say Pinggang Pinoy, this is the concept, no, to come up with a visual tool that will serve as a quick guide for the Filipinos in consuming the right amount and type of food in every meal in order to be healthy. Ito yung pinggan na may mga nararapat, no? Sapat, sakto, at nararapat sa ating mga pangangatawan, no? Nandiyan ang mga iba't ibang klaseng pagkain. And ito ay kinakailangan na maintindihan natin, no? Para mas maging healthy tayo as we get older, no? Para mas maging maganda ang ating buhay at hindi mamatay agad. Okay? Ayun yung pinaka-importante. And the following illustration shows the suggested food group proportion na may iba't ibang mga proportion ng mga pagkain, iba't ibang grupo ng mga pagkain na kailangan natin i-consider pertaining to the Pinggang Pinoy, pero it varies to the age, no? Nakadepende pa din siya sa edad na meron tayo. So, as you can see, this is your Pinggang Pinoy for kids, your 3 to 12 years old. So, kailangan hindi mawawala ang ating Go, Grow, Glow foods and also the water. So, as you can see, no, we have the energy-giving food, the body-building food, and the body-regulating food. So, kailangan yan hindi mawawala sa pagkain ng mga bata, kahit mga bata pa yan, okay? And also, you're 3 to 18 years old, so hindi din mawawala dapat lahat ng mga nutrients na yan, no? Kailangan nyo lang intindihin kung ano yung mga nilalaman, okay? And also, your Pinggang Pinoy for adults, which is 19 to 59 years old, okay? Ayan yung pagkain natin na kailangan nandyan sa ating plato kapag tayo ay kumakain. Okay? And this is your 60 years old and above, no? Sa ating mga older persons, sa ating mga lolo at lola, no? Siyempre may mga needed amount, needed kinds of foods din na dapat silang ini-intake. Okay? And also for pregnant and lactating women, sa buntis at nagpapadading nanay, no, meron din tayong specific foods na kailangan i-serve para sa kanila. Na ito equivalent portion or size ng ating meal. Kailangan may rice, no, may fish, may vegetables, may fruits, and water. Lahat dapat yan ay hindi mawawala sa ating Pinggang Pinoy. Okay? Kasi lahat ng mga nutrients na necessary sa ating pag-grow sa ating katawan, sa regulation ng ating katawan, ay nandyan. Okay? And this illustration shows that the half of Pinggang Pinoy should have fruits and vegetables, or the Glow foods. Also, the other half of the Pinggang Pinoy is divided into two. We have the Go foods, the fish, no, kailangan may isda, and also the Grow foods. And a glass of water is also part of the complete meal for the proper hydration. Okay? And let's talk about the approximate weights, no? Ano nga ba ang mga approximate weights, no? Ano bang weight mo na, ano dapat ang weight mo na angkop sa iyong height? Tingnan natin. So start, you should know your approximate weight. Kailangan kung ano yung edad mo, appropriate dapat sa inyong weight o sa inyong timbang. Okay, sa ating male, sa ating mga lalaki, ages 30 years old and below, kailangan ang height, no, is height times 4 minus 128. Na example, a male student's height is 5'10 or 70 inches. So, for us to have the pounds, no, we have to multiply it by 4 and subtracted by 128. So, we can find our pounds, no, per pounds, the same with the female weight. And obese students should see the school physician for prescription weight and health maintenance. Okay, so ito yung mga ideal body weight sa ating mga edad, no, or sa ating height, sa height, no. Kailangan proportion yan, no. If we have, like for example, for male, kapag ang height mo ay 5 flat, kailangan ang kilo mo ay nasa 48.1 lang. Kapag meron kang 5'6 na height, kailangan 64.4 lang dapat ang weight mo. Okay? Kailangan proportion lahat, no? Ito yung medyo nakakalimutan na natin, na kinukonsider dapat natin lagi, na the height and the weight should be proportional. Okay? Dapat proportion. As well as for female, kung ang height mo ay nasa 5'5", kailangan ang weight mo dapat ay nasa 56.7 lang. No, madalas kapag sa atin, no, specifically me, no, example na lang ay ako, no, hindi appropriate or hindi proportion ng aking height sa weight, no, medyo mataas ang weight ko kaysa sa height ko. So, kailangan kung ano yung height ninyo, dapat tama doon sa weight ninyo. Okay? And so, may mga guidelines din tayo, no, guidelines for weight and health maintenance. So, we have to eat balanced meals every day. Kailangan yan. We have to follow consistent eating pattern. May mga eating pattern dapat tayo, no? The lunch, the breakfast, and the dinner, no? Kailangan hindi mawawala yan. And of course, you have to maintain your ideal weight, no? Kailangan natin i-maintain yan by doing some activities, no? Proper diet. And eat low-calorie snacks and avoid junk foods, no? At ito talaga yung hindi natin maiwasan, no? The snacks, the junk foods, mga chichirya, no? Na rich talaga sa mga calories. Okay? So we have to avoid, no? And also cut down on high-fat foods and eat more lean meats, no? Mga like iwasan natin ang pagkain ng sobrang daming pork, beef dishes. No, instead of that, kumain tayo ng isda, ng mga poultry products like eggs, no, white meat and lean beef. And drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. And eat amidst a relaxed and pleasant atmosphere. Siyempre, kailangan din magandang atmosphere natin para mas nai-enjoy natin ang pagkain natin. Okay? And you have to avoid eating while watching television or while doing other things kasi concentration is very important. No? Sabi dito, concentrate on what you're eating so that the kind and amount of food can be well monitored. Kasi kapag madalas nangyayari to sa atin kapag talagang nanonood tayo ng movies, no, movie marathon, kain lang tayo ng kain, no? Hindi na natin na monitor ang kinakain natin at yung amount na ini-intake natin. And the food supplements may be taken if necessary kapag yung mga vitamins natin, no, yung mga supplements, kailangan natin i-intake yan. Okay? If necessary lang naman. Alright? So, yun lang ang ating nutrition noon. Alam naman natin that nutrition is very vital, napaka-importante sa buhay natin, napaka-essence, no? And without this, maybe hindi tayo talaga mabubuhay, no? Hindi talaga tayo mabubuhay, no? So we have to consider eating healthy foods, no? Lahat ng mga pinagsasabi ko kailangan natin i-consider 'yan as of today, as early as possible para in the future hindi tayo magsisi o hindi tayo maka-acquire ng kahit na anong chronic diseases. Okay? And also with your weight, with the food you eat, no? With the height you have, kailangan proportion with the weight you have. No, yung Pinggang Pinoy, kailangan as much as possible sundin natin para meron tayong guide, framework sa kung ano yung mga pagkain na kailangan natin kainin every day. Alright? And also, those tips, no, mga guidelines, mga reminders sa atin, lagi-lagi na kailangan natin sundin, kahit na paulit-ulit siya, pero kailangan talaga natin sundin para magkaroon tayo ng mas mahaba at mas magandang buhay. And for your question, how concerned you are with your health? How concerned you are with your health? You have to type your answers on the comment box in our Google Classroom. No need to type your answer in the YouTube channel, just in the Google Classroom po. Again, type your answer in the Google Classroom. Okay? If you have any questions, curious clarifications, and some concerns about this Module 4, which is nutrition, you can raise that questions in our Google our group chat or our GC, or just message me directly para masagot natin ang ating ang inyong mga questions, no, if you have some questions. Okay, class? And kung wala nang katanungan at wala nang clarification, let's call it a day, class. Thank you so much for attending my class and have a good week ahead. Bye-bye!